There are certain cars that possess an intangible beauty. Their refined design, clean lines, and attention to detail make them stand out in a crowd. The S90 is that car, and automotive photographer D.W. Burnett knows what makes a car beautiful.
My whole life I've loved cars. I love driving cars, I love looking at cars, and I also love photography. When I see a car that catches my eye, it's really the proportions that stand out.
So DW, as an automotive photographer, you've looked at a lot of vehicles. What are some of the first things you notice about a car?
Well, I would say the first thing that I notice is whether a car has presence. A sports car should look fast. A luxury car should look powerful, refined.
This all-new S90 certainly does look powerful. How do you think they accomplish that?
It looks long and wide. One of the things that gives the length of this car that I really like to see is this straight line that goes from the front to the back. One thing that you'll notice is they've taken the license plate, which is usually on the trunk lid, and moved it down to the bumper, which really helps accentuate the wide stance of the car.
And at the same time, it has that long hood. Kind of takes us back to the cars of the 1920s, right?
It implies that there's power under the hood, which is what you would want to see in a luxury car. There is power, although it's interesting that they've gone to a 4-cylinder setup for all of the S90s. It's a dual supercharged and turbocharged engine.
Let's talk about some of the other features that make this a beautiful car.
This classic grille that they're using is directly related to the grille that you would see on what is my all-time favorite Volvo, the P1800 from the 1960s. Beautiful sports car, iconic design. One of the other things that stands out to me are these headlights.
These are the Thor's Hammer LED headlights.
When you see this car in your rearview mirror, you're going to know it's a Volvo.
This blonde interior certainly complements the muscle blue exterior. It gives it a really nice, light, warm, open, and airy feel, a Scandinavian feel.
Yeah, it's nice to see this light interior. A lot of times on, say, a German luxury car, you would have a very dark, moody interior. This is a nice departure from that.
Another unique feature are these side mirrors.
These side mirrors look nice. One of the reasons for that is because it's attached to the car on the door and not on the window frame. A lot of times you'll see it attached to the A-pillar, and there's two reasons they did that. One is to reduce wind resistance, and the other is to reduce blind spots.
This is just one more example of design and functionality coming together perfectly.
It's easy to photograph such a well-designed and beautiful car.
When something is well made, it transcends being just an object and becomes a work of art. Matt Bean knows the value of craftsmanship and how that can transform the driving experience.
I think in an era where everything's made by machines and the human impact of design is oftentimes lost, having subtle elements of craftsmanship show that a product or an experience has that human touch.
So Matt, you've experienced a lot of luxury cars. What are some of the first things you notice about the craftsmanship of the new S90?
What I love about the S90 is that it's understated in all the right ways. So there's a Scandinavian heritage that you see in the design, the materials, how they fit with one another. But I think more importantly for the driving experience, everything is in its right place. So let's start, for example, with ignition. It's right here next to the driver. You're not fumbling for your keys. You don't have to find it tucked away underneath the steering wheel.
The 9-inch Sensus Connect touchscreen definitely is set up in a way to give you an easy experience.
Now that you can do a touchscreen like this, obviously you want to leverage it in any way possible. And what's great about it is it's the dominant element on the dash, and it can be contextual. So if you're on the nav screen, it provides you with your map. If you're on the audio screen, it provides you with everything you need to set the settings on the car. It's designed to be functional.
You can really see the time and dedication that went into the craftsmanship of this vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it starts with this beautiful leather surface on the top. It's not too reflective. It's going to mute the sun's colors. You've got the nice two-tone stitching and the contouring here. But the real showstopper in the car is the way that they've been able to actually pull off this three-dimensional linear walnut construction. Because you expect wood in a car of this caliber, but they've actually been able to pull this off through a combination of manufacturing techniques and craftsmanship, and I've never seen anything like it in the car.
This diamond pattern on the control knobs is echoed throughout the cabin.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you've got it on the start-stop button down here, the drive mode, obviously on the air vents. You've got the wood echoed throughout, so it really brings the cabin together.
So the new S90 comes in two different trim levels, the Momentum and the Inscription level, which is what we're sitting in right now. And as you can see, all of these different details and the craftsmanship that goes into this vehicle just create the ultimate luxury experience.
Yeah, I mean, the ideal luxury car means that the more thought they put into making it, the less thought you're going to need to put into driving.